Hey, it's me. Welcome to Trump Mafia. Now let's sit together and analyze the latest narrative and put some puzzle pieces together. Now, of course, all these things that liberals are doing and saying, it doesn't have much of an impact, and to me it's a lot of white noise. At this point, I laugh at it or I just ignore it, because it's like this giant jar, like a pickle jar, and there's something inside of it, and you're looking at it. Is it a little alien? It looks like a little alien, or it could be a mutant of some kind, or it kind of looks like it has a girl form, but why does it have two heads on its neck? And why is there like a tail? And those look like wings. This thing has wings, man. So you can look at it, and it's freakish, and it's interesting, and it's funny. But you can waste your time looking at this stupid jar, right? You can say, oh, that's neat, and walk away. And that's how I see what the left is doing. Because meanwhile, President Trump is doing a lot of stuff. And there's nothing liberals can do about it. But this latest narrative really is interesting. And you can see it's a narrative when suddenly it's 3 reporters, 5, 7, all asking the same question. Then you see it on CNN and ABC and NBC, and it never stops, right? It's like they get their instructions from one source. And of course that source is George Soros. And it's almost like he's throwing out talking points like snowflakes, and they land on actual snowflakes who then repeat it in the media like parrots or echoes. And it's retarded when you see it. These people really are like puppets, they're minions. And so the latest narrative is you have all these anti-Semitic attacks going on. Why isn't President Trump condemning it more? Why is he not more outraged? And so they're trying to imply that President Trump doesn't care if you have anti-Semitic attacks. And they're also putting him on the defensive, right? But he denounced this like 1,000 times, 1,000,000,000,000 times. So they don't actually care what President Trump says or does. They just want to get it out there. It's one more talking point. Now the reason for this is diabolical. And it comes from George Soros, so what do you expect, right? We're talking about a Jew who collaborated with the Nazis. You cannot get a life form that is lower than that. It's really disgusting, right? So this comes from his diseased mind. So, okay, they're trying to paint President Trump as a white supremacist. Then also as a Muslim hater, right? The Muslim ban. When it's really just a travel ban, but they're trying to paint him as a Muslim hater. Because they're brown people, don't you know? And then they're trying to paint him as someone who hates Latinos and Hispanics. Because he wants to round up all the illegal aliens. What an evil person, right? And the ultimate aim of George Soros is to make President Trump exactly like Adolf Hitler. Because once you succeed, you will have a lot of crazies out there, and they will feel like, if I kill Adolf Hitler, I'm saving millions of lives, and I will be a hero, and I'm doing something good. It overtakes that feeling like, wow, I'm going to assassinate a president. It's more like, I'm doing something for mankind, and I'm going to be famous, and people will support me, because everywhere I look, online or on TV, they're supporting me, right? That's what they will think. And then they will go ahead and do it. So in essence, what I'm saying is that George Soros wants someone to kill President Trump. And so if you're going to paint somebody as being Adolf Hitler, it's not enough to talk about Muslims or Latinos. I mean, how many Latinos did you have in 1930s Europe, right? Not many. And Muslims collaborated with the Nazis. So, you have many Democrats also that actually agree with enforcing immigration laws and protecting the country, right? So that Muslim thing and the Latino thing, it doesn't really stick so well. And they also tried to paint him as someone who hates black people and he's a racist. But then they see him on TV with all these black people and Ben Carson, and it's also not really working, right? But to paint somebody as Adolf Hitler, the best way is to paint him as anti-Semitic, because that's what Adolf Hitler's really famous for, or infamous. And so that's why they're still persisting with this label that he's anti-Semitic. But they can't come out and just say it because it doesn't make sense. Because his daughter's Jewish, his son-in-law is Jewish, and he's not anti-Semitic, but it doesn't even matter. They just want to throw it out there. So now they're implying, why isn't he condemning all these anti-Semitic attacks, right? And so it's not fair and it's disgusting, right? But they just want to dot all the I's and cross all the T's so that they can say he is Adolf Hitler. And then they hope somebody's going to go out there and assassinate President Trump. That's what George Soros wants, and believe me, that's what most Democrats want. It's diabolical, it's evil, and what do you expect? It's coming from the left wing.
All right.